Have you ever wondered why some hard rock bands from the 1970s exploded with one massive hit, then faded into obscurity? In this video, we're uncovering 10 forgotten one-hit wonders from that gritty, raw decade of music. From Brownsville Station's rebellious sound and Smoking in the Boys' Room, to Ram Jam's pulsing Black Betty. These tracks hit the US charts hard, but their stories remain buried. Stick around as we reveal 10 forgotten hard rock one-hit wonders of the 70s. April Wine's Roller from 1979 roared onto the US charts with undeniable energy. This Canadian band had already made waves at home, with several albums and hits since the early 70s. Yet in the US, they're mostly remembered for this one powerful track, their first top 40 hit there in 7 years. Roller reached number 34 on the Billboard Hot 100 and even climbed to number 25 on Canada's RPM chart, showing their stronger foothold back home. The track grabs you with sharp guitar riffs from the start and a steady rhythm that feels like rolling down an endless road. It carries the raw, gritty edge of 1970s hard rock, making it a perfect fit for that era. Classic rock radio stations kept it spinning for years, especially on late-night playlists when drivers needed a jolt of energy. There's a certain magic in Roller with its infectious beat and bold vocals that captured listeners. It's a song that stands out as a true snapshot of its time. Let's shift gears now and explore a classic tune that got a whole new life with a heavier twist. But before that, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Frigid Pink's 1970 rendition of House of the Rising Sun took a familiar folk tune and transformed it into a hard rock powerhouse. Coming out of Detroit, this band injected raw electric energy into the song, making it a standout. Their version climbed to number 7 on the Billboard Hot 100, showing they could leave a mark with a track many already knew. Despite this fiery top 10 hit, internal turmoil and no follow-up nearly doomed the band's momentum. Their moment in the spotlight was brief, cementing their status as a one-hit wonder in the US. Still, their take on the song lingered with fans, outlasting the Animals' iconic version by staying on the charts for 4 extra weeks. Listen closely and you'll hear distorted guitars that strike with force, matched by gritty, intense vocals. It's the sound of early 1970s rebellion, bold and experimental. They recorded this track in just one take, with only 20 minutes left in the studio, adding to the raw, unpolished magic. Their blend of blues and psychedelic rock gave it a fresh edge. That heavy, daring sound hooked listeners back then. Let's move on to another track with a rhythm so infectious, it practically demands you crank up the volume. Ram Jam's Black Betty from 1977 grabs you with its iconic Bam-Balam chant and refuses to let go. This band was essentially formed around this single, and it left a lasting mark, reaching number 18 on the Billboard Hot 100. Even with the song's popularity, they couldn't sustain the drive for another big US track. Their time in the spotlight was fleeting, and they slipped away after this lone triumph. The song's driving rhythm and thunderous chorus come from an old folk tune reshaped into a hard rock giant. Producers Jerry Castanets and Jeffrey Katz took an earlier Starstruck recording by guitarist Bill Bartlett and crafted it into the explosive hit we know. That raw energy feels unstoppable through speakers. And here's a hook. Listeners long debated what Black Betty even means, whether a bottle, a whip, or something else. There's an infectious power in this track, making it a top driving song of the 1970s. Let's shift to another tune that lingers in memory for a completely different reason. Head East's Never Been Any Reason from 1975 is a hard rock standout that deserves a closer look. Hailing from Illinois, this band was eager to break through, and this song made a dent, reaching number 68 on the Billboard Hot 100. That might not seem huge, but fan demand was so intense that vinyl stock for their debut album, Flat as a Pancake, sold out overnight. Despite this fan frenzy, their early traction faded, and they became tied to this one track. Still, the song endured as a cult classic on classic rock radio stations, often linked to that Raw debut album. Listen to it and you'll catch sharp guitar riffs paired with a hook that sticks. The sound blends toughness with emotion, striking hard when it plays. An accidental double-tracked mini-moog solo emerged during mixing, adding a unique layer to its signature vibe. What keeps fans returning, even without big chart numbers, is the heartfelt lyrics and strong melody. It's a hidden gem for 1970s rock lovers. Let's turn another song that packs a punch with pure, unfiltered energy. Rick Derringer's rock and roll Hoochie Coochie from 1973 hits hard with pure rock spirit. It climbed to number 23 on the Billboard Hot 100, marking Derringer's only solo top 40 hit in the U.S. Despite earlier success with the McCoys, this stood as his lone major solo achievement on the charts. His work with others shone, but this track remained the peak of his individual career in the American market. It defined him for many listeners as a one-hit wonder despite his broader talents. The song bursts with energy, its hyper-bluesy riff and rollicking groove capturing the excess of 70s hard rock in one infectious package. Every note crackles with life, reflecting the bold sound of that decade. Derringer wrote it for Johnny Winter, who called it a little corny. Yet when Derringer recorded it himself, it became an unexpected standout. What made this track cut through a decade full of guitar heroes? That relentless guitar work hooked fans, securing its place as a rock classic. Now, let's shift to a song that grabs attention with a sound so unique, it's impossible to ignore. Focus's Hocus Pocus from 1971 is a wild hard rock oddity. This Dutch band reached number 9 on the Billboard Hot 100 and even hit number 4 on Cashbox, showing its broad appeal across the charts. With yodeling and flute solos, it was a strange mix that stood out on radio in a way few songs did back then. Their sound was distinct, but they couldn't grab listeners again with the same magic. The yodeling and flute parts confused radio programmers on where to place it. Yet that uncertainty sparked more requests, extending its chart run. Hocus Pocus became a radio curiosity that defined their brief moment. The track mixes progressive rock with hard riffs, blending wild vocals, unexpected flute, and heavy guitar into something experimental, yet catchy. It surprises you, but it works. That quirky style baffled DJs in the early 1970s, though listeners kept calling for it. The real draw is its bold weirdness, combining sounds in a fresh, daring way. That fearless approach made it unforgettable. Now, let's check out a track that pushed boundaries with a heavier edge than most of its era. Mountain's Mississippi Queen from 1970 is often seen as a cornerstone of heavy metal's early days. It made a strong showing, peaking at number 21 on the Billboard Hot 100, and for many, it remains Mountain's only major chart success, a defining piece of their story. Their sound was powerful, but no follow-up single captured that same spark. Their moment at the forefront was short, and Mississippi Queen became their lasting mark. The song's hard-driving guitars and gritty vocals packed a blues rock punch, heavier than most from the early 1970s. Those weighty riffs strike with impact, while the raw vocal power adds depth. It blurred blues rock and proto-metal, laying groundwork for the heavier sounds of the 70s. Drummer Corky Lang's hour-long cowbell solo during a power cut shaped the iconic intro, adding to its legend. Leslie West's riff became a blueprint for heavy metal, inspiring bands that followed. That raw intensity sets Mississippi Queen apart as a timeless hard rock anthem. Now, let's move to a track that channels a different kind of bold, untamed spirit. Brownsville Station's Smokin in the Boys' Room from 1973 is packed with 1970s attitude. Coming from Michigan, this band had a talent for raw rock, and this song rocketed to number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100. It even earned a gold disc for over 2 million copies sold, proving its massive appeal back then. They had energy and a sound that connected with fans, but no follow-up cracked the top 40, boxing them into this one moment of glory. Their name became linked to this single big hit, and they faded from the wider spotlight soon after. Its catchy rhythm hooks you instantly, with lyrics about sneaking a smoke in secret resonating with anyone who's ever bent the rules. That schoolyard storyline led to high school airplay spikes, cementing its status as a teen rebellion anthem. It felt real, like a story straight out of a high school hallway. The theme of defiance made it a radio favorite, with teens blasting it and DJs spinning it on repeat due to demand. Its gritty charm turns a simple tale into a rock classic. Now, let's shift to a song that weaves a deeper idea into its sound. 10 years after's I'd Love to Change the World from 1971 shows hard rock can carry a strong message. This British band, known for their blues rock style and electrifying live shows, hit number 40 on the Billboard Hot 100 with this song. Their only notable U.S. chart entry. It also reached the Canadian top 10, proving a wider North American impact. Even with a meaningful track and a loyal following, especially after Woodstock, their U.S. success didn't last. Its social commentary proved timeless, but subsequent singles failed to resonate similarly. The track mixes sharp electric guitar riffs with lyrics urging social change. It delivers raw energy while making you reflect on the world. This blend of rock force and thoughtfulness set it apart from much of the hard rock of its era. Guitarist Alvin Lee wrote it feeling he lacked the talent to change the world himself, adding a personal touch to its plea. That mix of raw sound and deep words made it connect with a generation seeking change during turbulent times. Its impact lingers for those who listen closely. Let's move on to another powerful tune that carries a message for tough days. Argent's Hold Your Head Up from 1972 is a hard rock anthem of strength and resilience. This British band, named after founder Rod Argent, had already built a reputation in music before this track. It soared to number 5 on the Billboard Hot 100, a major success, and remains their only big hit in the U.S. Even with such an inspiring song, Argent couldn't keep the momentum going on American charts. They had a solid sound that touched many listeners, but no other single captured that blend of hard rock drive and keyboard virtuosity, leaving Argent defined by one anthem. The song showcases a legendary organ solo by Rod Argent, often hailed as one of the greatest ever. Rick Wakeman called the Hammond B3 solo the greatest ever, adding weight to its impact. Paired with a steady beat, it creates a unique energy that grabs you instantly and holds on. That lasting magic lies in its message of perseverance, speaking to anyone facing tough times, especially those who lived through the challenges of the 1970s. It urges you to stay strong, backed by unforgettable keyboard work. Let's close out with a look back at the incredible tracks we've covered. These 10 forgotten one-hit wonders prove that a single track can leave an enduring impact, even if the band slips from the spotlight. From driving rhythms to songs with a message, their music still pulses with raw energy all these years later. Which one of these powerhouses will you spin tonight to relive the 70s? Share your pick in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more hidden music gems.